Welcome to Coachinguitar's Make It with the Major Scale. In this first video, we're going to examine how you will build a major scale and how you'll play it on guitar. Music in the Western system is based on the first 7 letters of the alphabet, which forms the ruler of pitch. So your first 7 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No tricks there. In between these, we have 5 interspersions. So between 5 of those letter name notes, there's a sharp or a flat. Now this will depend on which direction you're traveling in, if you're ascending or descending, and this will also depend on which key center you're in. All of that's going to become very clear very soon. If you can imagine what the sequence of this looks like on a keyboard, you visualize where you have 2 black keys, 3 black keys. These are the 5 interspersions that we've just mentioned. Between 2 notes, B and C, and E and F, there are no interspersion, there is no sharp or flat between them. That's why those notes sit right next to each other on the keyboard. Now, as we're traveling around our ruler of pitch, we use a distance to measure how far we've gone. So we use a semitone, which is the smallest measurement that we can take, 1 note to the next right alongside of it. It's very easy to do on guitar because we have 1 fret and we move up to the 1 right next to it. There's another measurement that's applied a lot here in building scales, which is called a tone. If you were to miss a fret out and play the next one along from that, you'll be playing a tone. Very easy to visualize. 3, 5, 7, 9. The spots along your neck will help you identify that. Now, to build this major scale, we use a sequence of those tones and semitones. So the formula relates back to that keyboard that you've just visualized. The sequence of 2 and 3, the black keys, is now your formula to build your major scale. You have 2 tones, a tone followed by a tone, then a semitone, then 3 tones, tone, 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 followed by a semitone. Whatever root scale you start on and apply that formula to will create your major scale in that key. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a scale on G. E, our lowest note on the guitar, unless you detune it, then a semitone up to F, F sharp to G. So we're going to form a pattern of a major scale here. So we start on the root of G and we travel a tone up from the formula that we just built. So that's missing a fret, as we said, G to A. Now, I'm voicing that by starting the G with my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, and I'm playing my A with my little finger. So what I'm going to do is, as we build this scale, I'm going to assign each fret to a finger. So they're not going to leave those fingerings, they're going to stay within those frets. So we have G to A, then I'm going to go down to the next string, because I've traveled a tone up to build my scale with B. Now we have a semitone, and then we have another tone. The first 5 notes. So I'm coming down to the next string, employing the 1st finger, 2nd finger with the semitone that's right next to it, and then my 4th finger again into that 5th note, which puts us on to D. We've still got another tone to go. Same thing again, next string down with my 1st finger is going to play my E. And now we have a tone from E. You can see that there are no interspersions between E and F, they're right next to each other. So to go tone up from there, I'm going to arrive at F sharp. Following that, we're back home. Semitone resolution gets us to G. That's our octave of the note we started on. Playing any of those notes, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, across the neck will mean that you're playing in the key of G major. We can continue and go through 2 octaves. Those of you who are playing at an intermediate level will want to try that. For a slightly more advanced approach, what we'll try is resetting. So we'll play the first 3 notes of the scale, and then you'll take a step back to the previous note that you just played. 3 notes again, step back, step back. This will make sure that the scale shape sits really well underneath your fingers. I'd advise throughout all of this to use a metronome, keep it smooth, build your timing, and enjoy your practice of about 10 minutes a day.